What's up guys, I'm the East Coaster fan, and welcome back to Kings Island. You can't really tell we're here because we're just walking on a path. If I turn around, you can see where we're heading. There's Delirium, there's Banshee. This is day 2. My first day was yesterday where I kind of peeked into the park a little bit, got an early taste, but today we're doing the full day here. Open to close. Probably gonna be very tired at the end, but I'm not doing it alone. I am here now with Michael, who's gonna be joining me for the rest of this whole trip here to Holiday World and to Kentucky Kingdom, so look forward to that. But in the meantime, we're here for early entry since we're technically Prestige Pass holders, meaning we get an extra half an hour of early ride time, and we're heading to Banshee. And it looks like other people have the same idea to head to Banshee. I mean, there's only 3 coasters that are technically open. But anyway, I'll see you when we get off because you guys are going in a locker. Opened a little bit later than early entry. They still needed to do some things. But I got one ride in, I think it was like row 4 or 5. I gotta tell you, I think that's one of my favorite inverts, and I wasn't expecting it to be, so I'm pretty happy. I just tend to like the more graceful ones, so like Silver Bullet at Knott's is one of my favorites. I also heard things like, oh, it was rough and shaky. Not at all. I didn't feel that in the slightest. Maybe in an outside seat, because I was in a middle one, but
the outside wasn't that bad either.
So yeah, I'm a big fan of Banshee. That is definitely one of my favorites here. From one invert to the next, we're gonna be waiting here with these people for Invertigo to open. Which, fun fact, I've ridden Stinger at Dorney Park, so I'm really interested to see the comparison, especially considering I like Stinger and some people didn't.
We're gonna have a bit of a face.
Done with Invertigo, and that brought back some Stinger memories. Very intense though. We were sat towards the very end, facing towards the parking lot. And yeah, some of those elements pull a lot of G's, especially the valleys of the loop and the Cobra roll. Those like are really intense.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna be sticking with this area and head towards the Bat, which I just learned, thank you Michael, is the completion of the Aero suspended coasters for me in the United States. And as a bonus, I did Big Bad Wolf. So there you go. All right, let's see how long it takes to get to the actual station. Why the heck are we going under the service road right now? This is so...
Outpost 5 over there.
Yeah, we'll get a view of that coming back from riding the Bat. But it is open, so that's good. At least we can see the ride now, and good use of terrain, Kings Island. And now we're doing this sort of thing. This queue is super weird. Done with the Bat, and that was one of the better suspended coasters I've ridden. If I had to choose, I still say Big Bad Wolf Original is my favorite, followed by I think Ninja and then the Bat, because I really enjoyed it. You were getting some great swings where we were in the second car, front of the row, which is where you want to be on these suspended coasters. But other than it being short, I felt like it was an action-packed ride with a lot of swings and good moments. So don't forget about the Bat when you visit Kings Island, just because it's really hidden back here. Although I say that, and they're running one tray on this, and the line extended pretty far back. Thankfully, we rode it before the line really started to stretch, so got it in. But I'd be willing to do that again if the line's not too bad. And as promised, here's a look at the station of what used to be Son of Beast. You could still see some of the track right there. Next up in Fake Jungle X, or Adventure Port, if you want to call it.
Jungle X, basically.
Yeah, we're gonna do Adventure Express, the mine train, which is hidden back here. Really eager to see this one. I do know about the ending, so I'm not going into it completely unspoiled, but I'm still probably gonna like this because I like these old mine trains. And this is probably the best view you're gonna get of the ride since it's all hidden. We both filming, but yeah, that was I think my favorite mine train. I gotta say, I was really impressed with that. I've seen POVs of it before, but like everything works so well together. The theming, the ride, I mean, you can say what you want about the ending, left tail, whatever. But yeah, that was amazing. That's such a great family coaster. Another ride on Orion done, and this time we were in the back row again, and it ran just as good as last time. I'd still say Diamondback's better, but I wouldn't sleep on this coaster. It's still an enjoyable experience and a little bit smoother. Time now for arguably one of the most important roller coasters out there, the Racer. This basically reinvigorated wooden coasters throughout America and then just kickstarted everything else. And I'm interested in comparing this to Racer 75. Done both sides of Racer now, and that's a great wooden coaster, well taken care of by both Kings Island and the Gravity Group. It offers some great floater airtime, a lot more than Rebel Yell or Racer 75, whatever you want to call it. Back over here by the fountain, and if you remember at King's Dominion, we had a bunch of meals as part of the meal plan. So I decided to do that again here at Kings Island for the day.
And this is actually my first time getting the all-day dining plan too. Normally I just get them as they go, but since I know I'm gonna be here from like open to close, I'm gonna at least get 2 meals, so I had to go for it.
So this is honey glazed soy beef with mac and cheese and I guess some sort of garlicky bread. I don't know what they called it really, but then you got
basically same thing but with shrimp instead of the beef. Although I almost went with beef only because I had shrimp last night at Cedar Point, but theirs is funnel cake fried. If you ever go to Cedar Point, go to the Grand Pavilion. I know we lost Wicked Twister, but funnel cake fried shrimp is a win.
All right, the time has come to ride what might be one of the most legendary wooden coasters in the world, the Beast. Let's see how this ride is. All done with the Beast. And I have a smile on my face because that lived up to what I expected it to be. It's a great wooden coaster, so unique, so long. And what was better was that we got to experience it in the front row for my very first ride.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's not my favorite wooden coaster. It's not my favorite wooden coaster in the Rivertown area of Kings Island. But for what it does of, going through the woods, kind of like a whole journey, it does that really, really well. And that ending helix is also a ton of fun.
Okay, all done with Mystic Timbers, and it was kind of where my expectations were. It didn't exceed it. It was, I don't know, just okay in my opinion. And I don't want that to mean it was a bad ride, because it most certainly wasn't. I'm wearing a Gold Striker shirt to the park right now, and I do think that this is a better GCI than Gold Striker is. I like it being glued to the ground, twisty. It's just I prefer other types of roller coasters like Diamondback, which is like way over there. But I'll have to give it more rides. It's similar to the Beast, where I need more rides on it to really dictate what I think of the whole experience. But it's not a bad one, and I do like what's in the shed. We were grooving in there. All right, did a ride on Diamondback, and then we decided, why not? Let's go on Charlie Brown's Rushing River Log Ride. One ride later. Ooh.
Yeah, I forgot how wet I got on that last time I was here riding it. The whole first half, just this long downhill section.
Yeah, I like that part, the part where I didn't get a wave on me. But then that happened, and yeah. I was sitting towards the front, so you could say it's my fault. But man, I was not expecting that from a Charlie Brown log flume. The method of drying was attempted on both Windseeker as well as Shake, Rattle, and Roll, which is the park's troika. And I'm still wet, but those were fun rides at least. Anyways, back to credit hunting. We are here at Queen City Stunt Coaster, which is formerly Backlot Stunt Coaster. For some reason, they decided to retheme this to fit more with the Cincinnati area. So we'll see how it differs from King's Dominion's Backlot Stunt Coaster. All done with Queen City Stunt Coaster. Before I give you my thoughts, the school groups are leaving. So that's a good sign.
Get out! Get the hell out! Get out! Get out!
But yeah, it was okay. It's been a while since I've ridden the one at King's Dominion, so I can't really compare.
I rode it last week. It was for ERT, and we almost rolled back. At least the one at Kings Island, when you stop where the effects used to be, they play like...
They played Ride of the Valkyrie.
Yeah.
I'll play it now. Yeah, that song.
At King's Dominion, they just don't do anything. You're just sitting there for like 10 seconds, just doing nothing.
You know, A for effort, I guess, but I don't know when I'll ride that next. Currently looking in the store briefly, but there's some interesting stuff here, like this Blue Moon Kings Island shirt with what looks to be the old Goliath at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. As well as over here, I know people online have been joking about this Kings Island logo that looks oddly familiar to the opening logo of Universal's Islands of Adventure. Next up is our dinner, and we went for Tom and Chi. This is called the Pep and Chi, where it's like a mix of pizza, there's pepperoni, mozzarella. This was actually a pretty reasonably priced food item at around, I think, $10 or $11 for theme park standards anyway. And how is it, since you just bit into it?
Really good.
All right, all done with the food, and as you can guess, it's kitty credit time. I did one yesterday, the new ones, Soapbox Racers, but there's 3 more in this section, so gonna get those done now. All right, and we are done with all the kiddie coasters. We wrapped up on Woodstock's Air Rail, and that was actually better. Wow, that was timed perfectly. That was much better than Kitty Hawk at Carowinds, just because of the restraints being a little bit different. Still tracked a little bit rough though. And then we also did Woodstock, that ran quite nice. Also love that it was on 2 trains, and the Great Pumpkin Coaster. Plus we even did a ride on Snoopy's Soapbox Racers, because the next credit I do, which is Flight of Fear, is gonna be the final credit of this park. And it'll mean that I did all the credits in just a single day, which is pretty awesome.
It's a bit of a challenge, but it's definitely something you can get done.
All right, let's do this. And with that, we have done all the... Wow, the sun's in our eyes, big time.
Busch Garden sunglasses, courtesy of BGW Park President Kevin.
I gave them out?
Well, he didn't personally give them out.
We finished all the coasters in one visit, which is, I'm very happy about.
It's the second time that I've done this, although last time I did it, there was Soapbox Racers. It's a challenge, but it's definitely doable on like a slower day like today.
Which means we don't have to worry about credits tomorrow.
Yeah.
We can actually have fun.
We just do re-rides, flat rides, things like that.
So tomorrow is going to be a very chill day in that video that'll come out after this one. But for now, we're going to be getting more rides on Banshee. So we've just been spending some time getting on re-rides and stuff. So we did a re-ride on Banshee. We did a re-ride on Adventure Express because that's priority, of course. As we're walking towards Rivertown, we were going past the Kings Island VIP bar, to which they are playing Courage the Cowardly Dog. This park just continues to impress me. All right, been enjoying some night rides. Got another one on Diamondback, and then one on Mystic Timbers. I think my opinion on Mystic Timbers is still the same, which is a little unfortunate, but I think that just goes to show the strength of all the other coasters in this park. There is one more ride we are doing tonight, and I think most of you all know what it is. We are doing the legendary Beast Night Ride. Yay! If you don't know, Beast is widely considered to be one of, if not the greatest coaster night ride in the world, because it's basically all in the woods with no lights. I am really eager to see how it is. It's perfect weather conditions for it, and yeah, I think we should get in line for it. And now we wait.
Well, there go the drones.
Yeah, right that one. Yeah!
All right, all done with Beast Night Ride, the legendary experience here at Kings Island. And it was amazing. Not only did I get front row, but got a last night of the ride. Wow, I can't talk. Got a last ride of the night on Beast. Did not think I'd get that here on this trip. And it lived up to the hype. I'm not saying it's my favorite night ride. I still think I prefer Boulder Dash a little bit, but this was a really strong contender. And if it's not my favorite, it's probably number 2, right up there. And we'll see how it compares to Voyage later on at Holiday World. But with that being said, I think we better head under the Eiffel Tower and head towards the entrance of the park, because it's time to leave. But overall, an amazing day. I did not expect a lot of the things that happened today, getting every credit in one visit, getting a last ride of the night on Beast in the front row, and so much more. I hope you were able to see it all in this video and just see what an amazing time we had here at this park. And we'll be back again tomorrow just to do more fun stuff, get our final rides and everything before we head to our next destination.
It's just such a great park. It is probably like, I think I still prefer Cedar Point a bit more just because of kind of like the sentimental value of that park. But this is still a fantastic park. It has a great coaster collection, just a great atmosphere, pretty great operations overall. There are a few hiccups we found.
I can agree to that.
But overall, great operations. And yeah, just a great park.
We're at the exit now, so I think I'm tired, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.